Welcome back, lottery fans, and welcome to day number 9 of our video series. That's right, 10 winning rundowns, 10 states, 10 days. We are on day number 9. Welcome to all of you that have made it this far. Thank you for following along. Welcome to anyone that's new. If you are new, definitely go and check out the other videos. There's 8 more that have been done so far in this series. There are links down below in the description, but this is day number 9. We are getting down to the last 2 states that you voted for. As you know, you voted for the top 10 states you wanted to see. We are down to positions number 1 and 2, and today we're going to show you number 2. Tomorrow I'll go ahead and do number 1, the absolute top winning states, and let me tell you, the votes were crazy getting to 1 and 2. It was neck and neck, really close. These 2 states were battling it out like you wouldn't believe. And as you know, I promised you states that hadn't been done before in the past, and I'm happy to say that either today or tomorrow, or maybe even both of them, are states that we haven't done in the past. I'll leave that little bit of a teaser there to see. But I'm doing something special as well on today's one for today's state. Not only am I going to show you the winning rundown, the winning numbers, of which there are a lot of them, let me tell you. But I'm also going to go and show you the dollar amounts that could have been won if you've been playing a dollar bet on the numbers that are winning. So a little bit different. Let me know in the comments below if you like it, if I add the dollar amounts to it, because I figured I'd try it out a little bit, but we'll see how we go with this. So anyway, I've kept you in suspense long enough, dragged it out, made you watch a bit more of my video. But let me tell you what your number 2 state was. This was the number 2 spot. You all voted for this one. You voted in your masses. And this state is New York. That's right. Welcome, New York. Glad to have you on board here. You guys really voted crazy for this. And rightly so. I mean, if you look at the lottery statistics, I believe New York is the number 1 state in terms of lottery income across the entire US. You guys spend the most amount of money on any year, across, draw lotteries, scratch off lotteries, that kind of stuff. So it only makes sense that you're up here in the top. So we're going to be doing a pick 4 rundown for the evening lottery for New York, and I've been it's another one where I did a lengthy backtracking. I've spent a lot of time calculating this one, found you a good rundown that has been working, and it's a very simple rundown too, which is nice. I always like it when the simple rundowns work. But I've been tracking it for 2 weeks, and out of those 2 weeks we have seen 9 winning numbers in 2 weeks. So that's a massive amount of winning numbers in just 2 weeks. So we start off with the date of 10/10. So we're going to go through the results from 10/11 to 10/24, and I'll do the rundown, show you where those have been hitting. But let's start with that result from 10/10, and that was an 8905. Now, as I mentioned, this is going to be one of our simple rundowns. No real math involved in this. It is going to be our standard, bog standard, traditional, simple as you can get, anti-clockwise counting up pattern. And as I've said before, the name sounds complicated, the pattern itself super simple. So to start with, what we do is we take this 8905 and we put it from top left to bottom right in our base grid. And then all we do is we start in the bottom right with this 5, and we simply count upwards in an anti-clockwise pattern, spiraling into the center, filling in all those blank spots. As I said, no math involved. If you can count from 1 to 10, you can do this rundown. Very simple. So start with 5, and then we go to 6, 7, 8, 9. When we get to 9, we can't go to 10 because we're only allowed 1 entry in each box. So from 9, we start back down again at 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then when we've got all the outside done, we just continue that spiral inwards to get these last 2. 5, 6, and 7. There we go. Simple as that. Doesn't get much easier for a rundown. Definitely go ahead and you can do this at home in your state, because you might want to see this. We've already done this rundown actually in one other state in our previous 8 videos in the series. So this is just proof that it's happening in one state, it's working in another state. I think this was one of the first ones we did. So if you started working this rundown in New York back when we first did the video, you would have hit some of these numbers I'm about to show you now. So that's kind of an interesting thing to think about. So with the with our base grid, I was tracking both mirror numbers and flip numbers, and I have to say they were pretty close, neck and neck. Both the mirror numbers and the flip numbers were working with this rundown, but we did just get slightly more hits. I think we got a couple more hits out of using the mirror numbers. So we're going to go ahead and use the mirror numbers for our translated grid. So to do that, we take each number in the base grid, we look it up on the top line, and we take the number underneath it, and that's where we put in translated grid. So we start with 8, one underneath it is 3, so put a 3 there. 0, one underneath is a 5, put a 5 there. 9, one underneath 9 is a 4, so put a 4 there. 8, one underneath 8 is a 3. And then we just keep going down, looking up the numbers, filling them in. Now I've done this enough times that I know these numbers pretty much off by heart, so I'm just going to speed the process along because this is going to be a little bit longer video as we go through the results, and I do the dollar calculations as well as to how much you could be winning for each of these winning results as well. So we'll go ahead and do that. So let's jump into it. We've got 9 results to go through, which is going to be interesting because we only have 8 spots on here, so we're going to have to branch out a little bit on this sheet. But I'm not only just going to show you where the result was on the grid, I'm going to give you the dollar amount that it could have won in the New York lottery if you had played that for the New York lottery. And the amounts that I'm going to show you are the standard pick 4 lottery winnings that you find across the board. So I don't specifically remember if New York has anything like California where they do it a divided pool, but we're just going to go with the standard, $5,000 for a box hit, $200 for a straight hit, $400 for a straight hit 12-way, something like that. So that's the amount I'll be giving, and it's all based on a dollar bet. But let me go ahead and jump into it. You'll see what I'm doing as we go along. So we start off with our first winning number was on 1013, and that was a 5271. And if we go ahead and we look up on our base grid here, we have a 5721 showing up right here. So that's a box hit right there, and a box hit. So I'll start the rundown here. We've got 1013. We had that's a dollar sign, not an 8. $200. So $200 off a box hit right there on 1013. Next up we had 1014, and on 1014 we had a 9515. So we're going to go ahead and look on our translated grid here, and we've actually got a straight 9515 right here. And the reason why we love those straights so much when they show up is because straights, if you place a dollar bet and you hit a straight, you're getting $5,000 for that. $5,000 payout. All right, next up we have 1016. And for 1016 we have an 8120. That was the result in the New York Evening Lottery. So if we go ahead and look on our base grid this time, we've got a 2180 showing up right here. So box hit right here. And it said box hits are worth $200. So that's another $200 there. As you can see, the numbers are already starting to rack up. That pick 4 straight really does well there. All right, 1017. These are not slowing down until we got 9 to get through. 1867 was the result. Once again, we're going to go ahead and look on our base grid, and again we're hitting up on this top corner here. 8176 showing up as a box number right here. Interestingly enough, it actually shows up here as well, so it showed up twice on this grid, but that's another box number from our base grid. So 1017, box number, another $200. Cha-ching! This money is starting to rack up. I hope you're in New York, and I hope you're playing these numbers. All right, 1018 was our next one. That's it. The hits keep coming. We're at 2057 as our result. So we're looking for a 2057. So we're looking on our translated grid again, and we've got 7250, and I just used the wrong color pen. But 7250 right there showing up as a box hit on there. And As we know, that's another $200 right there on the 18th. All right, continuing on here, on 10/19, we had a 5292 as the result. We go ahead and look on our translated grid again. We have a 9252, which is a box number of 5292, showing up right here on our translated grid. Now, because that has two twos in it, that's a 12-way box hit rather than just a 24-way box hit. So that's worth $400 rather. So already really getting up into those digits there for making that a lot of money. All right, 10/22 is our next hit. We skipped a couple of days but went to 10/22, and on 10/22 we have 4236 as our result coming out of the New York Evening Lottery. And we have a 4263 showing up right there. So not quite a straight hit, but a box hit. 4263 showing up there. So 10/22 is another $200. If you are mentally calculating these figures in your head, you can see we're getting a lot of money already, but don't worry, I'm going to add them up at the end of this. All right, and we go ahead and on 10/23, 8 out of 9 days that we hit, whoops, not 26, 23, we had a 2447. And if we look on our translated grid once again, 7244, it's getting a little bit crowded on this grid, but it's 7244 right there is another box hit. So let's write that one down as well. 10/23 was, and because it's double four, that's a $400 because it's a 12-way hit. That's a $400 right there. And then on the very last day, we've got 10/24, last day I was tracking for this. Our result was a 6795. And if we go ahead and look on our base grid, we've got a 9765, which is a box hit right there. But if we look on the translated grid, we've got a 6795 as a straight hit right there. So we're going to take that straight hit because that's worth a lot more money. 6795. So interestingly enough, it's actually a 9765 as a box hit on here as well. So we've got two box hits and a straight hit, but we're going to take the straight hit because the straight hit is worth the money. As we know, straight hits, $5,000. All right, so there we are. There are 9 hits out of 2 weeks, New York Evening Lottery. These rundowns are hot, but let's go ahead and calculate this up just for fun to see how much you would have won had you hit all of these numbers. So we've got two 5,000s, that's 10,000. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 2,200s, that's another 1,000, it's 11,000, and 2 400s, that's $11,000 and $11,800. 2 weeks, New York. Wow, good job, New York. This is a hot rundown. That was your number 2. I'm really, really excited to see what number 1's going to be tomorrow. Well, I know what state it is, but I'm not letting you know yet. But I'm really interested to see what I can find for you on a rundown. Got to go a long way to beat New York. New York really brought it. Look at those figures. New York really, really stepped up with the game there. So we'll see what the state tomorrow can bring for us. In the meantime, share out this video. Give me a thumbs up if you like it. Definitely leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about doing the dollar amounts with it. I'll be interested to hear your feedback on that stuff. Is it good? Should I continue doing it for other videos? Do you think it was just not worth it? Let me know. Yeah, I give it a try. We'll see what. But if you do like it and you do want to see it in other videos, more than happy to do it because I thought it was fun. But completely up to you. You let me know. I want to hear the community feedback. All right, stay tuned for number 1 coming tomorrow. I hope you're all as excited as I am for it. Definitely leave me comments down below. And of course, if you don't have your copy of the number vault yet, go ahead and get that one. The new version should be out now for next month. It's got all 50 states in there, so I'm just doing 10 states here. All 50 states, there are numbers for 50 states for November in the number vault. Go ahead and get it. Link down below is in the description as well for that. All right, I'll be back tomorrow. In the meantime, good luck and catch you on the next one. Bye.